2024. That represents a nearly 3% increase over the previous year. It includes investments in service frequency and reliability, cleaning, and public safety. And there's a new health alert concerning young children.
Some California child care centers might not be as safe as parents think. Out of nearly 7,000 tested for lead in the water, 1,700 have dangerous levels, putting kids at risk. Another 7,000 child care centers have yet to send in their results. The new numbers show 1 in 4 centers have dangerous lead levels in the water. That's up from 1 in 5 just 5 years ago. Jim Roop, KABC News.
The market's closed in the green today. KABC SoCal weather. We've got some low clouds and patchy fog with lows in the upper 50s to low 60s. Low clouds and fog tomorrow morning, then partly cloudy skies. Highs in the 70s to low 80s. Currently it's 59 degrees in Corona, 60 in Covina, 57 in Culver City. For news on demand, podcasts, and to listen live for free, check out KABC.com. Try it now. News, podcasts, and all our great shows live and free. KABC.com. Traffic up next.
KABC dependable traffic right now. Golden State Freeway closed now during the overnight hours. The 5 is going to be shut down and detoured southbound at the 138, taking you from the 138 to the 14 and back to the 5 in Santa Clarita. But that southbound 5 is going to be closed till about 5 a.m. And we also have a closure in Griffith Park, 134 eastbound Riverside Drive to the 5. Emergency road work till about midnight, so there is a detour there. And we also have a full freeway closure now in Westminster. South 405 shut down Westminster Boulevard to West Street. And traffic there backed up from the 22 West. Roadwork in Southgate, South 710 is slow. That's dependable traffic. I'm Cindy Berkey, AM 790 KABC.
Life has the tendency to see what I mean? Don't worry, with the KABC Podcast Network, you'll never miss a second of your favorite KABC shows. Of course, you may need to hit rewind once or twice. KABC.com.
Progressive Commercial Insurance protects truck owners with specialized coverages for heavy trucks. Get a quote in as little as 5 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
If you drive a big rig, you know that more time on the road means more money in your pocket. Shell Rotella, with advanced synthetic technology, is designed to help keep your rig running and save you money in the long run. Trade up to Shell Rotella, and you'll get superior protection against engine wear. That means less time in the shop and more time on the road. It also means you'll get more chances to see North America's finest roadside attraction, cows, cornfields, cows in cornfields. It's lovely this time of year. Shell Rotella's advanced synthetic technology also offers extended drain intervals, helping your rig go farther between oil changes. So you'll make less pit stops. Well, unless you need to restock on snacks, we really can't help you with that. But if you're looking to help your big rig engine live longer, look no further. Superior protection, less maintenance. That's what you can expect from the #1 heavy-duty engine oil in North America. Shell Rotella for the long haul. Explore the full lineup of Shell Rotella products at rotella.com/longhaul.
Red Eye Radio and our sponsors are devoted to trucking safety. That's why we're proud to bring you the Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club. We've been saluting drivers who have surpassed the million-mile mark with preventable, accident-free driving. By reaching this milestone, you can be a part of an elite club of drivers who share remarkable safety records and demonstrate superior driving skills. If you or someone you know is a truck driver with 1,000,000 miles or more of driving under your belt without a preventable accident, register online at RedEyeRadioShow.com. That's RedEyeRadioShow.com. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club would not be possible without the generous support of the fine folks from Petro Stopping Centers, House Lubricator, Motel 6, the St. Christopher Fund, and Cat Scale. We applaud the individual truckers and fleets who drive with care and keep our highways safe. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club, devoted to trucking safety. Register online at RedEyeRadioShow.com.
Family leave plan in Washington State, where you have to pay 0.58% to be a big sliding scale there as to what people collect. But, you made the point, and I agree with it, that once people are paying into it, are they more likely wanting to take every single bit of the family leave that they possibly can? Is there a much greater incentive to do so? And of course the answer would be yes. Yeah, there is, which makes us
pay the premium,
right? Which makes us wonder: is this just partially going to pay for it? Because I would love to see the math on this based on what they're charging for premium. And it reminds me of a story. When I was a machinist, I worked at this one plant, and we were International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers, and we had a pretty decent contract, and there was a pretty good disability plan. But even back then, this goes back to
1890. Steam power plant. Before electricity.
No,
You worked by lantern?
no.
Whale blubber?
No, when windmills was actually new technology.
Actually, new technology.
Exactly. This would have been 1979.
Hydropower. You mean the water mill outside?
This was been 1979 or 1980, and it was and pretty good contracting. So we had disability, and I think there was like stress for this. You could take time off for stress.
Oh.
And this one guy just burned the system constantly.
Yeah.
He was out constantly. He would take, and it would always happen around May of, right around now, the stress would just be getting to him. And since he had got a doctor's approval once on it, it got approved every year. He would take off every summer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and then he'd sit there and go, everybody knew that he was conning the system. Everybody did. Now, he wasn't paying directly into it, but there are people that will do that. Many people won't. I mean, to me, being off of work isn't a good thing unless I have to be off of work for something, because it's not just about what I get and what I earn or what I'm paid. It's everything's a learning experience. There isn't any job that I've worked in my life that didn't prepare me for what I do today. Every single thing I've done in my life. And I've always known that, and my dad pounded that into me. By the way, just say a quick prayer for my dad. He just was admitted to the hospital last night.
Yeah.
He's okay, had a HKG. Everything was great. His blood pressure was just a little low. He'll probably kill me if he knows I was talking about this. But just say a prayer. Yeah, say a prayer for him. I got the notice a while ago from my sister with the EKG. Basically, it's fine. There's no big problem. There, he just had some low blood pressure. He fell yesterday and cut himself. And he's 97, so yeah. I talked to him. I mean, I talked to just so people know, because it's something I get mail about all the time, and people ask me, "You still talk to your dad every day?" Every single day since my mom. 3 years ago. So every single day, I talked to him for probably an hour and 15 minutes yesterday, and apparently he fell just a little bit afterwards. And my two sisters and my brother discussed it and said, "Okay, what's your blood pressure? Go to the hospital." He's doing all right. But my father always taught me that you work because every single day that you work, you're learning something new. And so that's always been my philosophy.
Yeah, there's no turn on.
Right. But the funniest thing is, this guy did it every year. He did every single take off, and everybody knew he was conning the system. 10 years ago, I'm completely out of machining by that time. I'm in radio. Yeah, and I've been in radio probably for about 6 years, and I was station manager, and we had this huge skating party. Rented out this arena and all this, and it was just a mob. All of a sudden, we're sitting there at the concession stand. He walks up, "Hey, Gary, what's going on?" So it's this guy. And I said, "Hey, how you doing?" He goes, "You're not going to believe what I'm doing." I said, "You still working at the plant?" He goes, "Yep." I said, "What are you?" And he said, "Plant manager." Wow. God is my witness.
Wow.
He's a plant manager now. And
Well, he got then he's getting a ton of time off.
so 10 years later. And the first question I said is, so did you clamp down on people using, and that's the first question I asked, did you have to clamp down on people, using disability and not the right way? And he goes, yeah, we watch that real closely. So I did. But that's the thing. I just don't. My thing is, look, when government ever does something like this, especially when liberals force some type of huge social program plan, they always undersell what the cost is going to be, and we know that. In fact, let's go to John in Virginia, who's an insurance agent. John, welcome. You're on Red Eye Radio. Welcome to the show. Hi, John.
Hey, you guys are on the right track. When you said disability income, short-term disability, long-term disability premiums are high, because the average claim is like several $100,000.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys are on the right track. If this is used like often, like every year, every second or third year by the employees, there's no way that premium is going to cover it. No way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not, because Gary did the simple math. You're talking about, $580 for someone who's making $100,000. And so you look at that, and that is not going to get close to covering it. And there are, it's Washington State has had paid family leave for a while. There are some new things about it, but this from King 5 there in Seattle. Washington paid family leave program could hit an $8.7 million deficit. So they look. You look at the math, and you already know it's not going to hold up. And here's what changes: the behavior changes, right? Because if you go in and you say, well, we're going to do this, or we're going to update it this, and here's the average time that someone takes off. That's the average time that they take off without the benefits. If you add the benefits, the behavior changes, which, by the way, is the entire point of all of this, which means that the cost that is incurred for it is going to be much greater than anything that you're applying in terms of a historic standard.
My main idea was they're trying to make people lazy. It's socializing people into being communist, socialist type subjects.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, because you're in the insurance business. So when we're on the right path, when they say an insurance company would look and say, okay, what do we estimate the number of people that will be in this plan, and what will be the total that we will accumulate, and how many people will use it, and therefore figure out what your profit will be, whether you can cover it or not. And if you can't cover it, you have to raise rates or cut back on the benefits of the plan. When I see, for example, our short-term and long-term disability, you have to basically prove with a doctor for that. It's not an expansive family leave plan. It's simply disability. You have to be sick. You have to be disabled, and a doctor has to prove it, and that's still extremely expensive. Now, I will say this, because our long-term disability goes on for 2 years, that's a lot longer than 12 weeks. Or what was the combination you could take? Was it 16 total?
There could be a combination of up to 18, depending on certain conditions.
But that's
it's too much subjectivity and too little objectivity. So people are going to tend to just gravitate to just maxing out as much as they can, like you said, your fellow worker years ago.
Yeah.
And and what changes here, what has changed here in Washington State is the gig drivers. This is the gig drivers, the gig workers, and so Uber drivers, Lyft drivers. What they're doing is in these states, and thanks for the call and the input. We appreciate that, John. What they're doing in these blue states is they want to take essentially the contractors out of the equation. You shouldn't be your own contractor.